They snitching at Florida State. They snitching at Florida State. Let's talk about it.
Hammer game. Let's go. Hammer game. Hammer game, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
Hammer game.
Hammer game. Hammer game. Hammer game.
We always hit the nail on the head.
Hammer game.
Hammer game.
Hammer game. Hammer game. Hammer game. Hammer game. Hammer game. Hammer game. Hammer game. Hammer game.
All right, guys. So in front of me right here, I got 2 articles, 2 statements, and I did some, some background checking to confirm that these things are real. Yes, so the tweets were made. So we're going to talk about it. So 2, not 1, but 2 Florida State Seminoles, ex-Seminoles to be exact, has came out and basically said Alabama offered them money. One of them said 6 figures to come to Alabama, to visit Alabama. So let's get into it. So one of the guys' name, most of you guys are very familiar with this name, Antonio Cromartie. Come on, you guys know. Played for the Chargers. Who else did he play for? Colts. And some other teams. Anyway, not important. But let's go into this article. Now, it is on SI, so let's talk about it. Sports Illustrated. So, former Florida State Seminole star claims Alabama offered him money for a recruiting visit. Now, the former Seminole alleged Alabama offered him $60,000 to visit when he was a high school recruit. So, $60,000. Now, if you know Cromartie, then you know that, hey, this is early 2000s and, Nick Saban was not at Alabama, so he's not, a part of this. But nonetheless, Alabama's been doing this for a long time, like we all figured. But we, didn't really have any proof. Well, it's starting to come out now. Nick Saban done opened up a can of worms when he started talking about buying players. And Jimbo Fisher has reacted. So let's see here. Now they cover, the article covers the recent activities, Jimbo Fisher, Miami's boosters, paying, and Deion Sanders, JSU, buying Travis Hunter, that kind of stuff, that alleged stuff that Nick Saban talked about in his little interview. So basically, here's what it says. In response to a tweet from his former teammate, Florida State defensive lineman Travis Johnson. Now, Travis Johnson also has another article talking about Alabama, offering him 6 figures. So we're going to get into that article right after this one. So, started off controversial. Shit trap. That's what he says. 2002, 2003, I was offered $60,000 just to come on a visit to help with recruiting when they were on probation. So Alabama was on probation. So yeah, I know what you mean when you say they've been paying for years. Now we all have thought Alabama's been paying. We all knew somewhere deep down inside that they were paying. We couldn't prove it. You can't do nothing without proof. Now, as a recruit in the 2003 class from Lincoln High School in Tallahassee, Cromartie took official visits to Florida State, Florida, Auburn, Michigan, and Alabama. Cromartie, did you take that $60,000? I think you did. I'm not sure if you did, but you did visit Alabama. They wanted to give you $60,000 to visit Alabama, so hey, that's tough. I would have took it too. God damn it. But so basically, it's an important note at the time that Nick Saban was at LSU at the time. So Nick Saban was not a part of this, but he comes in there, he inherits. We've been hearing stories. Remember when Rush came out? You remember the high school coach from the Netflix series about Valdosta High School. Remember when he said that Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, they all learned this from Bill Bryant and they set up the bank and the car dealerships and all that kind of stuff, allegedly? Well, I think we're starting to see it now. A lot of people are coming out, snitching, telling. It is what it is. Proof. I mean, hey, at the time, the coach was Mike Shula, blah, 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 leading Alabama at the time. So despite the Crimson Tide offering and pursuing from those schools, Cromartie ultimately chose to stay home with the Florida State Seminoles, where he recorded 5 interceptions and 2 touchdowns in 2 seasons. And, you know, besides that, he still got drafted, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, retired in 2016. So let's talk about his teammate now. Let me move this into perspective a little bit. Another Florida State player snitching on Alabama. I don't know. We like snitches when it benefits us. That's kind of tough. That's kind of tough. Ex-Florida State football star Travis Johnson. Alabama offered 6-figure during high school recruitment. 6 figures, damn. Yeah. That for those of you that don't know what 6 figure is, 6 figures is over 100,000, basically. 100,000 or more. Okay. Zeros, you know, count the zeros, god dang it. Alabama head coach Nick Saban made headlines Wednesday. Of course, we talked about that. We're gonna skip through that part. All right, the comment was blah blah blah. One of those response from the former Florida State defensive lineman Travis Johnson, who took to Twitter and quote tweet Nick Saban remark was reported by AI.com. That's the website that put out that video of Nick Saban talking all that trash about all these coaches and NIL money and deal, blah, blah, blah. So Johnson said, ha, 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 when replying to Mike Rodak. Y'all been paying players since the 80s, offered me 6 figures during that time. Now y'all swear y'all not paying anyone. Like the kids say, cap. Y'all was NIL deal before NIL deals. Man, strong statement, straight to the point. Ain't no way to say he meant something else. He said what he said. This is Travis Johnson now. Alabama hired Nick Saban in 2007 among a few blah 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 blah. The rest of that we don't need the rest of that context. But anyways, Johnson was a 5-star recruit from Sherman Oak. That's in California, Notre Dame, in the class of 2000. And he took his talents to Florida State, number 4 player overall. Anyways, so he went to Florida State. He didn't end up going to Alabama. You know, that's tough. 6 figures back in the early 2000s. I don't know. That's a lot of money back then. But hey, chose to go to Florida State. Did Florida State give you a bag, my guy? I don't know. Anyway, so it's funny that all of the information is coming out now. Now, Deion Sanders did say that basically he don't want Nick Saban's apology over the phone. He wants it to be public because what Nick Saban did was public. What Nick Saban talked about was in public. So if you're going to apologize, do it in public. If we're going to talk, we're going to do it in public. It's going to be for everybody to see, not just on the phone. Hey, man, I'm sorry for, lying on you and this, that, and the third, lying on your school, lying on your player, blah, blah, blah. Nah, we're not doing that. Now, Jimbo Fisher, on the other hand, he wants all the smoke. Now, Deion definitely wants all the smoke, too, because Deion said, basically, he don't want to do no talking. He want to line it up on the field. Crimson Tide versus JSU Tigers. Me, personally, I think that's a mollywop, Alabama by 60. That's tough. Now, all this, who's paying who, is starting to come out. Who's next? Who else is going to come out and start telling it, start snitching, as you like to call it. Now, let me know how you guys feel. Is this some good snitching? I mean, most people are against snitching, but is there some good snitching? Do we hate Nick Saban that much that anybody that snitched on him, they get a pass for snitching? They get a pass for being a rat? Man, college football is up there now. It's man. Now, who would have thought Florida State would have been the one to snitch? Canes fans, are y'all surprised that Florida State is snitching?